So we did do some formal obedience, but it was pretty much just these
Yes.
5 minutes. To get her started and in kind of a training mindset, I'll do
Yes.
a few reps of yes and reward without asking for anything. One of the
Ooh,
main commands we
you gotta chew
practiced
your
was
food,
heal.
miss. They're already
And
so
here I'll
small.
show you a few ways that we started getting some good repetitions in.
Yes.
Think of good reps as pennies in a piggy bank.
Heel.
Over time, this is going to
Yes.
add up to a really solid command, but you have to put in the small reps. So here's that same
Ready?
video again. I can ask her for heal while she's already in that position
Yes.
and then reward her for being in the right position. I know
Yes.
it seems almost like cheating because we set it up in a way for her to be
Ooh,
already
you gotta
succeeding,
chew
but
your
she
food,
doesn't know
miss. They're
that. And this
already
is
so
how we can
small.
initially get a lot of little extra pennies in that piggy bank. Pay
Yes.
attention to how I don't really move at all when I say the word
Heel.
heal, and then I don't move my
Yes.
hand until after I say yes.
Heel. Yes.
Honestly, I could have even waited a little longer, like a fraction of a moment longer before moving my hand. Next up, we have the
Ready?
first rep in motion. And you can tell I literally just take one
Heel.
step because if she can't do one step in heel position, then there's no point in us taking more steps. I asked for heel
Yes.
first, and then I took that one step forward. When she
Ready?
stays kind of with me and she
Heel.
checks in with me, I mark with yes and reward her
Yes.
in the position that I want her to actually stay
Heel.
in. This coming around to the side is actually very typical because we teach a lot of our
Yes.
commands in front of us first. You'll see that I actually adjust
Heel.
how I do this because I noticed that this was going to be an issue. The thing to keep in mind is
Yes.
that our dogs learn where the final reward is. And so if we always reward them outside of position, they're
Heel.
always going to get out of position to get their reward.
Yes.
So, to help Gertie be more successful for now, I actually switched tactics and used something called luring, where I hold the piece of food over her nose. While she follows it, she can be in the correct position, and then I can mark and reward after a few steps.
Heel.
Again, something to pay attention to is that I say the word heel without moving, and then I show her where to be with my hand so that there's a clear distinction between the command that I said and then
Yes.
the action that we take after. I also make sure to say yes before actually releasing the food.
Yes.
After taking a few steps forward in heel, I
Come.
combined this with her recall and I mark and reward when she gets to my feet,
Heel.
and then we go right back into our heel command.
Good heel.
We have to move pretty
Yes.
slowly at first so that she doesn't lose track of that treat on her nose.
Yes.
If we move too fast, she'll lose the scent and then she won't be able to
Come.
follow it as smoothly. She'll get better at it as she practices following a piece of
Yes.
food in your hand. And as you can tell, she's already pretty good at it. But that is something to keep
Heel.
in mind. If you keep losing her, it's probably because you're moving a little too fast.
Yes. Heel. Good heel. Yes.
To help her be successful in
Come.
her recall, I'm doing the backwards
And we're
pedaling
not
so
even
that we
afraid for
can
that.
practice recalling in a place that's not the backyard. Dogs are not very
Not yet.
good at something called generalizing, and so we need to show them different places
Ready?
where we do the same thing before they really learn that certain words
Heel.
and commands mean the same thing everywhere we go.
Yes. Yes. Good girl. Yes.
Also,
Heel.
try to notice how often I'm saying
Yes.
yes
Good
and giving her a piece of
job.
food, even if it is just sitting next to me and giving me a little bit of attention.
Yes.
For now, we
Smarty
really want to
girl.
load up the
Come.
idea that paying attention and working together on something is a
Yes.
really fun thing to do. I try to really notice moments when she is being really good, not
Good.
because she's doing anything in
Heel.
particular, but because she's not doing other things she could be doing. Like
Yes.
she could be completely blowing me off right now and just be checked
Heel.
out and be interested in what's going on the
Yes.
road down the way or, the smells that are still on the
Heel.
pavement. So I'm going to recognize these good choices.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, find it.
So, next up, I want to highlight what I do with my feet when I ask her to get into heel position.
Come.
I do something very specific with my feet so that my dog can eventually learn to look out for that foot
Good.
pattern and
Heel.
kind of automatically know to get into heel position.
Oh.
Dogs are also visual learners, so this will help her understand in a clearer way what heel is. In this shot, we have to do it a few times because she doesn't quite get it, but I'll break down exactly how I work her
Yes.
through that. So here it is in slow motion, so you can really see what's going on. I take one step back with the foot on the side that I want her on, which kind of opens up a space for her right next to me. And then I guide her with my hand so that she can slide into position right next to me, as you can see. We have to just do it a couple times sometimes because you can tell she gets really excited and jumps forward. So on this last rep, I actually do the step back still, put her in place. I could have probably redone my step back, actually, rewatching this now, and it would have been clearer for her. But instead of that, what I end up doing is I take a step forward and I keep my hand where it was so she can find that again and be in the correct position. And then I help her get into a sit by pulling my hand up a little. And then I reward her in that position as her heel position. The main thing I really want to be mindful of when doing things like positioning myself next to a dog instead of having them move into my side is I want my dog to be able to think for themselves and really understand what I'm asking. So, them doing most of the work in terms of putting themselves in the right position is really important for them to really learn what a command is. So, as little babying and helping as possible.
Yes. Oh, find it. Come. Yes. Good.
Here are a few more reps for you to see what I do, but as you can tell, it's just short, quick reps and not
Oh,
moving
goodness.
too fast.
Heel.
You can also see that there's been a few times where now myself rewatching it, I can tell that I'm making a few small mistakes, and that
Good
is totally
heel.
fine. You'll also be
Oh,
making
goodness. Yeah, it's
mistakes,
hard to
but
walk and eat.
this is a great
Good
reason to set
heel.
up your phone
Yes.
and just take some short videos while you do 5, even
Ready?
2 minutes of training so
Free.
that then you can rewatch and make sure that you are doing the best timing that you
Yes.
can. And if you make a mistake, keep that in mind for
Heel.
next time and really use your own videos
Good
to
heel.
make sure that
Yes.
you're doing the right thing. Sometimes
Yes.
just rewatching it can help you notice things
Yes.
that you didn't notice in the moment,
Get
and
it.
then you can actually use that in your next session.
Come.
What you're seeing here is me actually loading up a reward after recalling so that she doesn't learn to just come pick
Heel.
up one piece of food and then blow off her recall and go back
Yes.
to what she was doing. I really want her to take a
Yes.
moment and realize that it's worth sticking by my side even after she's
Yes.
recalled and gotten that first reward.
Good. Heel. Yes.
So notice if she's already in heel position and we're going to start
Yes.
walking forward, I don't take that one step back to help her get into heel position.
Oh, heel. Yes.
Here's one of the successful reps for heel
Heel.
positioning that you can watch a few times here
Yes.
so that you can really get an idea of that footwork
Yes.
and my timing.
Heel.